Hello all, and thank you for visiting us here at IDX Broker. We have a nice beginner's webinar for you today. I am Aleck, and this is Becky.
Hello.
And we're going to go over some of the beginning stuff that you'll need to know when you first start with IDX Broker. The dashboard can be a little confusing. We'll demystify it, show you some of the stuff just to get you started, and then you'll be able to go out and sell some real estate. So, today, we're going to go over some basic account information. Now, a lot of this account information was already inputted when you first set up your account. When you gave the information to our nice MLS ladies, they set this all up. But sometimes, maybe that was your personal information and you want to change it to your broker information or your business information, or there's a change in the company or a change on who you're working with. So you can change that account information or that billing information. We'll go over that real quick. We will also show you some basic design changes. We always bill ourselves as the most customizable IDX and MLS data provider. A lot of these are hidden features that we don't necessarily have time or the volume to support on an individual basis, but there are some major changes or some big layout things that you can do right from within your dashboard that are really easy. So we'll show you how to change some of those, really to brand your site to be your real estate site, not just some generic IDX site. Along with that, we will also show you some mobile responsive options. Now, mobile is really a big ticket item right now. You want Google to show your properties and your information to all of the clients out there, whether they have an iPad or their mobile phone or whatever device they're using. We'll show you a couple different options that IDX Broker has to make that mobile responsive and to give them really the best possible functionality and feeling when they're looking at your site. We will go over also creating some neighborhood pages. This is great content. It really boosts your SEO because it's unique content, but it also makes it easier for your visitors to find exactly what they're looking for. Whether it's a page about a specific neighborhood, or if it's people looking for mobile homes maybe, or foreclosures, or even maybe horse properties. We'll show you how to really quickly make a defined results page specifically for those. So let's get started. First of all, of course, you will log into your IDX Broker account. It will look something like this. You will typically start at the dashboard. Now, to make it easy when you call in, if you want to speak to one of our support folks, up in the upper right-hand corner, there's welcome, the name, or whoever signed up for the account, their name, and then in parentheses is a number, typically a 4 or 5-digit number. This is your account number. So if you have this readily available when you call in, it'll make finding your account way easier for our tech support reps. And then they can really focus on you and get you all squared away. So here on your homepage, you will find some basic traffic stats. If there are any changes to your account or your MLS, notifications from IDX Broker will be right here. And if you have a WordPress account, your API key will be under this API control button right here in green. You will definitely need to copy that and paste it into your plugin options to get WordPress to be able to talk to IDX Broker. Now, we do talk about WordPress a lot on our website, in our webinars, but keep in mind that we do also support Squarespace, Joomla, Drupal, almost all CMSs, which are what websites are built off of, will work just fine in IDX Broker. But we have specific plugins and other things available for WordPress just because it's so common out there. But we definitely support all of those other platforms as well. So let's go ahead and look at our account information. Here, the message center will show you all of the emails sent out on your behalf from IDX Broker. So when a lead signs up, a message will go there. If you send out some email updates about properties or any information to your leads through IDX Broker, those will show up in your message center. So if you want to know what we're sending out to your leads, that they've signed up for something or they're getting some updates, that's going to be in that message center right there. You can always upgrade your account at any time. We have options if you've signed up as a light account and you really feel like you need the additional features for Platinum, you can upgrade those here. If you have a single user and you want to add a couple people to your account, you're going to do the multi-user. And you can upgrade here, agree to the increased charges, and submit that. Now keep in mind you can upgrade or downgrade at any point. If you do it mid-month, that's always prorated to your account. Your billing information is right here, where you can change your billing card. We will bill this card on a recurring basis every month on your billing date. And so if you need to change the card or update the expiration date, go ahead and change the edit billing information right here. Here is your account info. This includes the website that you signed up with. If you have a custom subdomain, which we do recommend so that you get all of the SEO credit, you can set up that CNAME within your host server, and then you can turn that on here and let IDX Broker know that you have changed to a subdomain so that we can point all of the IDX Broker pages accordingly. Down at the bottom is one of the first things that you may want to look at and be aware of certainly. This is the account information, and this is the contact information that will be at the bottom on that contact page. Whomever you signed up with as the user on the account will typically be the display name when you start. Now, you might want to change this to a different agent or to the whole brokerage. So instead of being John Brown as the display name, you might want it to be Future Real Estate. And you may also want to update the primary email on this. When a user signs up as a lead, this email address is where that lead is going to be sent to. So if you have an office manager that deals with those, or you have another agent that deals with all new leads, you want their primary email address in here. You can also update the address at will, and this is always available to you. You can also change your password if you want something that's more accessible or easier to remember. Changing your password is quite easy right here in the dashboard. Your preferences seems fairly simple. You can edit preferences here, but this is also where you're going to create saved links, which we'll go over in a little bit. Those are those community or neighborhood pages. You can also set up your city, county, and postal code lists. I'm going to go ahead and manage that now. Now, when your account is set up, we pull in all of the cities, the counties, and the postal code lists from your entire MLS. Now, many MLS cover several states, and so you may not want to call, from 100 miles away saying, hey, can you show me this property? In that case, you can edit your city list so that when users visit your site, they only search the cities that you actually cover. I'm going to edit the city list. And you can see here that I've already removed some cities that maybe I don't actually reach. I don't want to call from Carroll City because there's no way I'm going out there to show anybody a property there. Now, I can also remove additional cities here. I just check off all the ones I don't want, and I can remove selected. Now, they're not gone forever. If I end up expanding my business or moving and I want to cover maybe Bal Harbor, I can always restore those, and then those will show when people do a search on my site again. When I'm done, I can just go back to the list, and you can see that I can also edit my county list or my postal code list. Now, those city lists are used when people perform searches. I can see all my search pages that come with IDX Broker by visiting Designs and Pages. These are the default pages that come with IDX Broker, and these are the pages that I can add to my website to put IDX Broker content on. You can see that I have some search pages, some map pages, some results pages. I can go ahead and change the options available on advanced search pages. Sometimes, by default, the search page is too cumbersome. There's too many options. Or it's missing a prime option that I really need my visitors to search for. I can change the field options and the search criteria that my users are searching for by going to my advanced search, and to the far right of that column, of that row, I can select fields. Now, all property types are different. For instance, a vacant land may not need bedrooms and bathrooms because it's just vacant land, but that's vitally important for a single family property or a condo. So each of these has separate fields. I'm going to select single family and view my settings. Here you can see on left side and right side my current options that I make available to my users for searching. I have financial, subdivision, style, laundry. Now these are for this specific MLS. Every MLS has totally different fields. So some of these might seem familiar. Subdivision is fairly common, but others might not be available in your MLS at all, like laundry. Now, I can go ahead and I can delete options that I don't want available, like maybe I don't want exterior or condition, but maybe I want to go down here and I really find that fireplaces are important to my visitors. I can actually hit this yellow plus sign and add fireplaces to my options. Now, if I want to move it around, I can customize this by clicking this up in the upper left-hand corner of each of these boxes and moving these options available until it really fits what I think is most appropriate for the people that visit my website. When I have completed this, I can simply hit Save Prop Type Layout. And now this will be how all of my visitors see my advanced search page when they select single family. Keep in mind that you can always go back here and edit this as much as you want. Now, one option that you might want to look at is how the mobile version looks. That's going to be back in Preferences and Global Preferences. In fact, we have a whole tab about that for mobile. Now, by default, the layout that is probably turned on in your account is not necessarily mobile friendly. That means when somebody views it on a mobile device, it may look kind of weird or not quite fit on their screen. To accommodate for this, we have something called mobile wrappers, and that is typically turned on. What this does is it recognizes when a visitor is going to your site and hits an IDX Broker page if they are on a cell phone or a tablet or something with a smaller screen. It will turn these mobile wrappers on to give them, it typically has a black bar on the top and the bottom with maybe your logo and your contact information, and then it has a vertical view of your search criteria, of your properties, or of your details. And that will automatically change to accommodate a mobile device. Now, one thing about this is that it will not look like your website. It'll be a fairly generic IDX page. It's easy to use on a mobile device, but most of your branding, if you have a mobile responsive site, that will be taken over by these mobile wrappers. If you would like to maintain the look of your site and keep the IDX Broker content still mobile friendly, you will want to turn off mobile wrappers. Go ahead and save those changes. But that's only half of your problem. You will also need to go back to Designs and Pages and find a layout that is mobile friendly so that when visitors visit an IDX Broker page on a mobile device, it won't look all wonky. I can easily edit this by changing my page layout. Now, as you can see, there's a page layout for almost all of your pages. And you will need to change these separately. I can go ahead and edit my results page. This is the page that people will see after they perform a search. This shows all the different properties that fit their criteria. I can edit that page layout, and you can see that currently I am using Content 2, which looks nice and pretty and is laid out well, but it's not mobile friendly. To get something mobile friendly, now that I have my mobile wrappers turned off, I will activate the mobile first results. It will turn green. It will say that I've done a great job. And now, when somebody visits a results page, it will be mobile friendly and it will size to fit their screen. This is automatically saved and I don't need to do anything more. You can change these templates as often as you like. You can play around with them, find one that fits your needs, and then call it good.
We actually have a question. Somebody would like to know which is better, to use the mobile wrapper or to not use the mobile wrapper and use the mobile first.
That's an excellent question, and it really comes down to taste. If you like one of these other templates, so say mobile first really doesn't fit my site. My site looks different. Maybe the Platinum Grid really fits my site look better, and I want to use the mobile grid. Well, I can go ahead and use that for desktop pages. But if somebody comes to the mobile grid page, which is any of my IDX Broker results pages, on a mobile device, it won't fit the screen. In that case, I will want to activate the layout for Platinum Grid and also activate the mobile wrapper so that they can still view those pages on a mobile device without getting frustrated and leaving and going to another website. So let's go ahead and create a search. Let's create a saved link for a specific type. It sounds like somebody has signed in and wants to know if we can give a neighborhood search based on a subdivision, which we certainly can. To make any saved link for any criteria, we can go to Preferences, Saved Links, and Create. Here, my very first step is going to be to pick a search page. Now, I can choose address if I want it in a specific building or even on a specific street, perhaps. But to give me the most options, I'm going to choose Advanced Search. Now, Advanced Search gives me all of those extra fields that I just added in the Designs, Pages, and Fields section. Here we have our basic fields. I have price, I have subtype, I have bedrooms and bathrooms. I can clear out the price if that really doesn't matter to me. I can select a city if I want. But right now I'm really concerned more about subdivision. So I'm going to type in a subdivision. Now these obviously will be different for everyone. I can see if I'm pulling the right properties by doing View Results in New Window. I can choose style or any other criteria in addition to my subdivision. So I might want subdivision and I might want only foreclosures in that subdivision. When I have all my settings properly done, I can view the next step. Here I can give my page a title, Rolling Hills Foreclosure, and I can edit any meta tags or keywords or anything here. I can always come back later and fill these out if I don't have time for them now and I just really want to move on perhaps to the next neighborhood. Down here is a space to put additional content. Here you can put links to images or videos. I can write a description about this specific neighborhood saying how great it is. So this is a great neighborhood for your lifestyle. This gives additional content for search engines to look at. It's also great just for visitors to be able to find out a little bit more about that neighborhood before they continue searching for a property there. When I'm done with this, I can go ahead and save and manage my links. As you can see, I've already created several saved links that I can add to my website, and we can go ahead and look at one of those and see what they look like. So I'm going to choose to view my Boca Raton. And you can see on my website, I've already added an image here. This is in that subheader section. And I've added a little bit of a description for it. And you can see that here's my featured results. Now, featured results are properties that are attached to my specific agent ID or my listings. So I have one of those in Boca Raton. And then here are the rest of the search results for the rest of the MLS. They're displaying in that grid that I chose, and people can select into them to view more information about each of those properties. You can also see that I've already placed that Boca Raton navigation link in my menu. Do we have any other questions?
A client would like to know how to change the colors for her branded pages.
Colors, that's an excellent question. Now, while we are the most customizable, not all of these options are immediately available or accessible. You can always go to Designs and Custom CSS to make changes on almost all of your IDX Broker content. However, this we cannot support. So our support people are very busy helping sign up new accounts, getting people's issues worked out, teaching them a little bit about the product. So we really don't have the manpower to go ahead and manually edit all of the CSS. However, you're welcome, more than welcome, to go ahead and play around with this to make sure that the content matches your site and your branding. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain just to show you how this is done. So if I go to an advanced search page, I can see that this background banner is blue. Perhaps my colors are green and orange, and blue really doesn't fit that. Well, the easiest way to change this is I can inspect the element, which is right-click on your mouse, inspect this. Then I can come up to where this nav bar colors are done. So I see it's called .idx wrapper standard IDX navbar default. That is the class ID. I can actually copy all of this, which is my background color, my border color, etc. Copy that, and then all I have to do is go back into my account, hit the custom CSS section. As you can tell, there's already a little bit of custom CSS here. I can paste this, and then I can make my appropriate changes. So perhaps I want my background color to be green. I also want to style it important so that this takes over the existing styling. So all I have to do is that, save changes, and now when I go back to Designs and Pages and click on that advanced search page, you'll see that the background is now green. Now you can do this for many other options with an IDX Broker. So go ahead and play around with it, find the correct settings, and edit that as you will. But again, unfortunately, we're not able to do custom CSS on our side. We may be able to point you in the right direction like I just did, but please play around with that and get that to fit your needs and your branding. If you need additional help with that, you can also hire a designer. We have a developers page at idxbroker.com, and you can always check that out to see if you can hire somebody that can totally fix this up for you and make all of these nice and fancy and fit perfectly with the rest of your site. Okay, I think that's it. This will shortly be on YouTube. To get to any of our videos, you can go to idxbroker.com. At the bottom of the screen is our YouTube link. And from there, you can view all of the videos that we have available. We have some short clips that just tell you how to do a specific item. And then we also have longer clips like this webinar, some other webinars about SEO or using WordPress with IDXBroker.com. So I'll definitely check those out, share them, really get to know the product. And if you have any other issues that you need taken care of, you can always email us at help@idxbroker.com, and we will be happy to help you. Thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.